The girl had been hated by the world since she was little, because everywhere she walked, poisonous mushrooms would sprout along the path, and anyone she happened to touch would have their skin fester. They would also suffer from difficulty breathing, so the townspeople called her the Mushroom Witch. People stayed as far away from her as possible. She even became the subject of a frightening nursery rhyme passed among children. The witch's name was Luna. When she felt down, she would hide herself under her hat. At those moments, thorny vines would grow wildly around her, as if warning others not to come near. But not everyone disliked her. For example, the pharmacist was one of the few willing to deal with her, because the medicines Luna made worked wonders. But every time he met with Luna, he wore a thick mask, and when leaving, he would remind her to take the mushrooms with her, but it was something he had no choice about. Luna's favorite place was the bookstore. Not only were there 60 to 70,000 books, but also a shopkeeper who looked human yet was actually an elf. When Luna was in a good mood, roses would bloom on the thorns. She especially wanted to see what the shopkeeper looked like in his true elf form.
やめてよ。惚れられたら困るから。
精霊ってあんな性格のやつ多いよね。
In truth, the shopkeeper welcomed Luna's visits, because he could keenly sense that whenever Luna appeared in town, the toxins lingering in the air would quietly weaken. It turned out Luna could actively break down toxins in the environment, but because of this ability, both she and the mushrooms she produced carried poison. Luna didn't actually dislike the human world, even though it was full of malice toward her. The mushrooms she grew could purify that malice. Even if the malice made the mushrooms grow into grotesque shapes, Luna could still handle them with ease. She would even pluck a mushroom and put it in her mouth, savoring the taste of that malice.
50人くらい殺してる呪いの味がする。
一生知る必要のない味。
The shopkeeper was grateful that Luna purified his books, but every time Luna was about to visit, he would light detoxifying incense in advance, and once she left, he would carefully clean every place she had touched. Luna noticed all these details, but she didn't mind at all. After leaving the bookstore, Luna went to the pharmacy again. At that time of day, the pharmacy would always be packed with people buying medicine. They were all there for the potions Luna brewed, and she would quietly squat in a corner, watching the smiles on customers' faces after they received their potions, and all her exhaustion for the day would instantly melt away. But just as she was about to head home, she saw a particular patient. Luna stared blankly at his departing figure, then left the pharmacy in a daze. 6 or 7 hours later, she rushed back with a potion that could regenerate severed limbs, but the pharmacist didn't dare accept it. Such an unnatural effect would look like heretical sorcery to others. Luna had no choice. She could only search for the one-legged man on her own, but no one in town was willing to tell her where he went. In the end, she could only release the potion into the wild. Luna, feeling dejected, prepared to leave the town. Suddenly, a young couple entered her sight. It was the first time she had ever seen such a warm scene. Because of her special condition, anyone who got close to her would be poisoned, let alone share such an intimate embrace. She knew this was what people called love. She was too shy to directly ask the bookstore owner about books on love, so she buried her face inside her hat. With her cow friend speaking on her behalf, she finally bought a romance novel. Luna's little companions gathered around her, keeping her company as she read the novel. Her magic could bring the scenes in the book to life, so she never felt lonely. Luna, carrying a bit of excitement, opened the romance novel, as if she had opened a door to a brand new world. Luna also loved to draw. She drew the boy she met today. Because he looked nice, Luna sketched him. She loved beautiful things, but worried she might ruin them, so she would preserve them on paper. But then something magical happened. The boy in the drawing actually came to life. He gave Luna a gentle smile, and reached out his hand to invite her to dance. The two of them slowly floated into the night sky, dancing gracefully under the bright moonlight. Just as Luna was immersed in this never-before-felt happiness, a sudden gust of wind swept the boy away. Luna hurriedly reached out to grab him, but caught only a cold sheet of paper. This encounter that night became Luna's most precious memory. The next day, Luna went to town to buy new paper and pens. In the days that followed, she drew that boy 6 or 7 more times, but he never came to life again like the first time. What was even stranger was that Luna ran into the same couple from before, but this time, she saw them breaking up. The girl kicked the boy away hard. The boy looked drained and lifeless, as if his soul had been sucked out. Luna instantly realized that her drawing was affecting reality, so she quickly cast a spell to return the soul from the drawing, and in the very next second, the girl who had just kicked him suddenly rushed back to him. They praised how handsome the boy was, but the boy's eyes were fixed entirely on Luna. The next day came. The boy found Luna again. Ignoring the strange looks from passers-by, he greeted her. He introduced himself as Henry. He said he was happy about what happened the previous night. That adorable face lingered in her mind. Luna remembered the moment they held hands that night, and shyly conjured a mushroom to block between them. Henry wasn't upset, he laughed instead. As expected, when you like someone, everything about them becomes cute, even the mushrooms. Luna's cheeks flushed red, and the roses on her hat bloomed wildly like a whole mountainside. Henry seemed to have opened a floodgate of words. He chatted endlessly with Luna, completely unconcerned with the strange looks from others, because Henry's family belonged to the White Witches, and Luna was a Black Witch. If the White Witches discovered Luna, they would erase her without hesitation, so their meeting was undoubtedly a very foolish thing.
あのバカ。何やってんだあいつ。
Henry believed the White Witches were an arrogant bunch. Being with Luna actually made him feel at ease. He even joked that Luna had purified the gloom in his heart. Those words struck right at Luna's heart. She had always carried the weight of everyone's rejection. Now that she had met Henry, who understood her, how could she not be moved? But happy moments are always short-lived. At that moment, 2 soldiers came looking for Luna. Luna quickly hid inside her hat, and with the help of a crow, she managed to escape. Henry followed behind reluctantly, shouting that he wanted to see Luna again, even if it was inside a drawing. When Luna opened her eyes again, she found herself already in the bookstore. The crow had also taken human form. He was the familiar of of a great sorcerer. He told Luna not to look for Henry anymore, but the seed of love had already been planted. She simply couldn't let Henry go. She couldn't help but draw Henry's smile again, and Henry appeared in the drawing once more. The moment they met, the two of them embraced each other. The Henry inside the drawing could only communicate with Luna through written words, and this time, the drawing was a bit sloppy, because Luna's heart was conflicted. She knew she shouldn't see Henry, yet she couldn't bear the pain of missing him. But whether it was last time or this time, Luna's heart was filled with happiness. Henry knew the price he paid every time Luna drew him, but no matter what, he still wanted to see Luna. And so, just like that, the two of them spent a sweet period of time together. They lived together, and kissed while embracing under the moonlight. But misfortune came just as quickly. That day, the crow found Luna again, and told her to see Henry's physical condition with her own eyes. Human magical power is fragile. Every time Henry met with a witch, he was draining his own life, and the witch responsible for it all was undoubtedly the Black Witch everyone spoke of. They were never meant to have a happy ending. To protect Henry, Luna extracted all memories of herself from Henry's body. It took the form of a poisonous mushroom, yet it was as beautiful as a blooming flower. This proved Henry's deep affection for her, and it filled Luna with overwhelming happiness. Life returned to how it used to be. The recovered Henry forgot everything about Luna. Luna was still the Black Witch everyone feared, until one day, another boy accidentally appeared in her world.